Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Magic or Tragic. I want to apologize to all my loyal listeners for my little hiatus. I'm actually having a little bit of trouble uploading my normal video highlight content. I'm not really sure what's going on. Um, and also, I waited for the second game to finish because there was just so much news to go over. And I wanted to basically have one podcast before this big road trip the Magic are going on. So this video is going to be a little different from what we're normally used to. However, I just want to get some things discussed about the Magic and go from there. Of course, they lost on the 5th to the Celtics. The Celtics, they just had too much defense for the Magic. Um, they made everything tough for us, our layups, our jump shots. They just made everything tough, and you see why Boston is on the streak they're on right now and looking like one of the better teams in all of the NBA. And that was just a tough game for us. Our threes weren't falling. We played a little bit harder in the second half, in the third quarter, I should say, but then they just started to pull away from us. And you could really see the how not having a point guard really hurts his team. We started Simmons at point guard. Again, Vogel is used to that style of offense of using a non-traditional point guard at times, but really he didn't have a choice. Missing Alfred and DJ, it was just becoming too much of a burden for this team for us to keep a good chemistry and a good offensive flow, especially to compete with teams like the Boston Celtics. Um, Now, let's skip forward to the next game, which is a very big win for us, very important win for us, because you don't want to have a 3-game losing streak going into this tough road stretch that's coming up. Um, so we were very fortunate, I guess, to get that win, but it was a good win. It was a win going away, and it was a win where we saw Elfrid Payton return. And he looked really good. He looked really good doing what he does, which is running the floor, dishing the ball. Um, you could still see the hamstring was bothering him a little bit. So he really couldn't be as active on D as probably he would like. But he showed a little bit of stuff there as well. His turnovers were down. And he took the shots. He took shots. Like when the ball came to him and the shot was there, he took the shot. So that was good to see. And you could tell that the other players were happy to see Erfurt too because there was just such a comfort zone, especially from Vucevic and Fournier. Um, and really the whole starting lineup, you could see a comfort zone in them with Alfred Payton back, a point guard that they're used to. Um, Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's game last night was really nice. Um, it was a quiet 21, but to me it was more like an all-star 21. Like Vucevic, Payton, Fournier seemed like they were dominating the ball most of the game when they were in the lineup. But whenever Aaron Gordon got an opportunity, he made the most of it. And nothing was forced. Actually, everything looked real easy tonight. I want to say last night might have been one of his best games he's played as a Magic. I know he didn't go for 40 points or anything like that, but just everything about his game last night, the consistency he's starting to play with. Um, I'm expecting to see Aaron Gordon basically play like that every night. Um, so a real good showing from really the entire starting five. Terrence Ross is still struggling a little bit, um, but that's all right. Hopefully he'll break out of that slump as we start to get our point guards back and we start to get back in that offensive flow. Jonathan Simmons took over that fourth quarter and dominated down the stretch. He's like our closer, bring him out the bullpen and he's going to close the game for us. And he did what he does, driving, attacking, getting to the basket, shooting the three. Nice game for Jonathan Simmons off the bench. When the Magic play well, again, everybody's playing well like they did last night. And the second unit is being led by Jonathan Simmons. Um, when all those things happen, the Magic seem to be at their best. So that was good to see. And now they're going to go and take on this tough road trip ahead. Something I was thinking about during this little break I had is the possibility of trades. And if we do trade, what position would be, would we be targeting? And what players would be expendable? What players are we going to shop? Because remember, if you want a trade where you're going to get a good player in return, you've got to give up something in return to get that good player. So possibly another good player in picks, who knows? Tell me, you guys, what position do we need? Like, we saw how this team played without point guards, and we're still seeing the paint be an issue with this team, defensively and offensively. In my preference, I think this team needs a low post scorer, someone who can come off the bench, play maybe center slash power forward, and give them some low post buckets, maybe some easy buckets, and still be able to be a physical defensive presence. And possibly bringing in a young point guard, maybe the groom, um, maybe a point guard that's not so much on the top tier level, but possibly someone that the management and coaching staff have noticed, who's maybe under the radar, who maybe they don't have to give up so many assets for. Maybe someone like Hazonia or Terrence Ross. Okay, but if the Magic are going to make a trade, I think those are the two positions they need to look at: point guard and possibly a power forward or a center. Let me know what you guys think, and if there are any players out there that you would like to see in the trade come to the Orlando Magic, let me know in the comments as well. Right now, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any players. To be honest, this podcast I'm doing right now is just such a rush job. Again, I'm using a new format, and the videos that I'm normally able to upload, I'm having trouble getting those again. So in the future, if the format changes a little bit, that's why. And I'll communicate with you guys more on what's going on. Hopefully, I don't have to change my format up too much. Nonetheless, Magic fans, we're looking back to what are we now? We're 7-4, so that's not bad. We're still in the middle of thick of things in the East, and we got a win going into this road trip to give us a little boost because we're gonna need it. Ideally, you'd like to obviously have a winning record on any type of road trip. However, if you can come out 500, I think that's what the Magic need to be shooting for. Um, they also need to make sure they continue to stay active on defense. Like I noticed against the Knicks when the jump shot started falling, when the three started falling, it's like the team was like so happy, and you could see everything start to pick up, their energy, their defense, and everything. Um, that can't happen on the road. On the road, they're gonna miss jumpers, and they can't put their head down when that happens. They got to stay grinding, and they got to stay tough. All right. So again, all my listeners, subscribers, thanks for being patient with me. And I'm definitely gonna get to a new podcast as soon as I can get one. Starting these games on a road trip. So tune in and make sure you continue to like or dislike, subscribe, and as always, go Magic.